Good morning, sixth graders. It is Wednesday, May 20th. Okay, I had to think for a minute. All right, so actually today's reading you actually did yesterday. So today's reading was just number 4 on page 25. So if you did it yesterday, you're finished with reading for today. If you didn't, then you just have to do this short answer that says, explain how Black Beauty's decision not to cross the bridge changes the story. Use at least 2 details from the story in your answer. Okay, so I read Black Beauty in yesterday's tape. So if you need to go back and listen to it again, and then do the short answer response on why or how Black Beauty's decision not to cross that bridge changes the story. And be sure to cite evidence from the story. All right, well, that was it for reading today. So let's take a look at writing. Writing is pages 20, 21. So I believe it's after journal entry 5. Oops. Oh, journal entry 8. We went too far. Oh dear. Okay, so 20 and 21. Okay, it's subject and object pronouns. All right, so it says a pronoun takes the place of a noun. We know that. A subject pronoun is used as the subject of a sentence. An object pronoun is used as the direct object of a verb or as the object of a preposition. It is important to use them correctly when speaking and writing. So I know Miss Allen's going over this with you or has gone over it with you. So I won't go over this whole page. We're going to go ahead and go to the independent practice, which is on 21. And I'm going to read those and we're going to talk about them. So for numbers 1 to 5, which word or words correctly complete each sentence? Number 1 says, when Genghis Khan was a child, his mother kept blank and the rest of the family safe in the Mongolian desert. All right, so you're talking about a child, one child here, Genghis Khan. His mother kept, would you say we, if he's talking about one child? Could be kept him, kept they, kept he. Well, they and he are subject pronouns, so we're not going to use them. It would be kept him and the rest of the family safe in the Mongolian desert. Okay, so when Genghis Khan was a child, his mother kept him and the rest of the family safe in the Mongolian desert. All right, let's go on to number 2. Get rid of this. Okay, so it says, this brave woman and her children often had little to eat, but her and them survived, she and them survived, her and they survived, she and they survived. Okay, so one thing that I often do to help me with this is if you take out part of it, it'll make more sense. This brave woman had little to eat, but would you say her or she survived? She, right. This brave woman and this brave woman had little to eat, but she survived. Okay. And then, would you say this, or would you say her children had little to eat, but them survived or they survived? And so it would be D, she and they. This brave woman and her children often had little to eat, but she and they survived. Good, because the subject of this sentence is woman and children, and so you have to use subject pronouns, she and they. very often, because we've heard our language for so long, it begins to just sound right. Okay? All right, let's move on to 3. Genghis Khan's mother was a strong, smart woman. Her son's ability to lead probably came from her, she, he, or they. Well, they're talking about one person here, so that we can eliminate they, because that's plural. We're talking about Genghis Khan's mother. So we can eliminate he because it's a woman. So it's either her or she. Her son's ability to lead probably came from her, probably came from she. Well, that's an object pronoun, so we are going to say her. Okay? All right, let's move on to 4, and I'm going to see if you can do 4 and 5 on your own. As a leader, Genghis Khan promoted religious freedom because other people's beliefs were interesting to he, to him, to they, to we. Well, again, look at it carefully. Genghis Khan, is one person. So you can eliminate anything that's plural there. I know this is plural, but we're talking about Genghis Khan promoted religious freedom because other people's beliefs were interesting to he or him, because we can eliminate the plural. Okay? All right. And let's look at this one. Blank also learned that Genghis Khan created the first Mongol written language. All right, so here's my hint on doing this. You can take each one of these and put them in there. Me also learned that Genghis Khan created the first Mongol written language. My friends also learned. Well, my friends might make sense, but me doesn't. So they learned, me learned. So you see, you're taking each one. All right. My friends also learned that Genghis Khan created the first Mongol written language. I also learned. You see, if you separate them, you can see what makes sense. So my friends also learned that Genghis Khan created the first Mongol written language. And I also learned, because this is the subject, so you have to use subject pronouns. You wouldn't say me also learned, okay? So it wouldn't be this one either. All right, guys, I gave you some hints on that, so good luck with that. And I think that is it for reading today. See you tomorrow.